Join me as I dig into the juicy details and see if I can uncover whether Blake Lively secretly had a crush on Justin Baldoni. There have been some surprising rumors circulating about Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, and I'm excited to dive in and explore their connection. Today, we're going to separate fact from fiction and get to the bottom of whether these two Hollywood stars ever had a romantic spark. So, what evidence is there to support the idea that Blake Lively secretly had feelings for Justin Baldoni? That's the question we're going to tackle today, and I'm excited to share my findings with you. Let's start by examining their careers and seeing if their paths ever crossed in a way that could have led to a romantic connection. It's possible that they met on set or at an industry event, and that's where things started to simmer. We know that Justin Baldoni is a director and actor, and he's worked on some big projects over the years. Maybe he and Blake crossed paths at a premiere or a casting call. We also know that Blake has been married to Ryan Reynolds for a while now, but that doesn't mean she never had feelings for someone else before him. The question is, did she have feelings for Justin, and is there any evidence to support that? One thing that's interesting is that Justin has been open about his own experiences with love and relationships. He's talked about how he's been in relationships in the past, and how he's learned from those experiences. Maybe he and Blake bonded over their shared experiences, or maybe they just had a strong connection that went beyond a romantic level. Whatever the case, I'm excited to dig deeper and see what I can find. Next, let's talk about their interactions. Have they ever been spotted together at an event or out in public? Have they ever posted about each other on social media or given each other a shout-out in an interview? These are all important questions that can help us get to the bottom of whether there was ever a romantic connection between them. Let's take a closer look at their history and see if we can find any clues that might point to a crush. One thing that's interesting is that Blake Lively has been known to be a very private person when it comes to her relationships. She's not one to flaunt her romance on social media or talk about it in interviews, so if she did have feelings for Justin, it's unlikely that we would have seen any public displays of affection. However, that doesn't mean there isn't any evidence out there that could suggest a romantic connection. Let's keep digging and see what we can find. I've been doing some research, and I found an old interview where Justin talks about working with women in the industry and how he's learned to appreciate their strength and beauty. It's a really sweet interview, and it made me wonder if maybe he was talking about Blake specifically. Maybe he had feelings for her even back then, and this interview was his way of expressing that admiration. Next, I want to talk about a specific moment that stands out in this narrative. It's a moment that made me go, wait a minute, what's going on here? It was a few years ago when Justin posted a photo on Instagram, and Blake just happened to be in the background. It was a really casual photo, but there was something about it that caught my attention. Maybe it was the way Justin was looking at her, or maybe it was the way she was smiling back at him. Whatever it was, it definitely made me think that there might be more to their story than we initially thought. I think this photo is especially significant because it was during a time when Blake was already married to Ryan Reynolds. If she was already in a committed relationship, why was she spending time with Justin? And why was he posting photos of her on social media? These are all questions that we should be asking, and they're definitely worth exploring further. Another thing that caught my attention was an interview where Justin talks about his ideal partner. He says that he's looking for someone who is strong, confident, and beautiful, both inside and out. That sounds an awful lot like Blake Lively to me, and it made me wonder if maybe he was describing her specifically. Maybe he had feelings for her even back then, and this interview was his way of expressing those feelings without directly naming her. So, what do we know about Blake and Justin's connection? We know that they're both talented actors and directors who have worked in the industry for years. We know that they've crossed paths at various events and premieres, and we know that they've both been open about their experiences with love and relationships. But is there any concrete evidence to suggest that Blake secretly had feelings for Justin? That's the question we've been trying to answer today, and I think we've definitely uncovered some interesting clues that are worth exploring further. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know in the comments what you think about Blake and Justin's connection. Do you think there was ever a romantic spark between them, or was it just a friendly connection? Be sure to check out my next video for more celebrity gossip and rumors, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content like this.